The gym has fast become a very popular place to go, for athletes to people who care about their health. I want to hear the story behind these two powerlifting athletes, Alex Barella and Ryan Norbury, about their views of the gym and how society can learn from them. So let's see what they have to say.
My main ambition is to improve my powerlifting total, so my squat, bench and deadlift, improve the amount of weight I can lift on that, specifically to maybe one day break a divisional or national record in the powerlifting federation I'm competing.
My main ambition is to squat 180 kilos, which is 4 plates, bench press double body weight, which is about 160 kilos for me in competition, and also deadlift 200 kilos conventional.
Just seeing the self-improvement and getting stronger and bigger every time you set a small PR makes you feel quite good, and then once you start setting lots of PRs, it's an upward spiral and you just keep wanting to push further and further to see how good you can possibly get.
Self-development and improvement, just trying to get stronger and just trying to get bigger, because I'm also a trainer, so I have to kind of walk the walk.
It was back when I was 15 years old. A lot of people told me I had good potential, mainly because my dad had been doing it quite a lot, so a lot of people sort of said that's what I would be good at, so I gave it a go and now here I am.
I was interested in fitness when I was pretty young, so when I was about 12, 13, like just exercising and lifting weights just seemed to appeal to me, so yeah.
My favourite exercise is the deadlift because I'm the best at it, and I'm not the best in the world, but pretty good for my size, and also because it's just a whole body movement of raw strength and determination.
My favourite exercise is the bench press, mostly because, well, everybody likes to compete against on that exercise, and it's also the best chest builder as well.
It's like I said before, just the constant self-improvement. So being able to get stronger and stronger over time, become the best version of yourself, and always striving for improvement over time, really. I think definitely recently there's been more of like a push to look better within society, and I think most people do it for the reasons to make themselves look better, appear more attractive, and that in turn improves their self-confidence. So that's probably the main reason.
I started with fitness and sport from like 4 years old, so I played tennis, football, cricket, rugby, and then when I was about 11 or 12 I started training, so I started doing bodyweight exercises, push-ups, pull-ups, sit-ups, and then it slowly evolved to do more gymnastics-based stuff, and then more along the lines of bodybuilding and body conditioning, and now I do strength training.
So we have found out what and how Alex and Ryan exercise. Now we are moving on to a small debate, introducing Jack Moss, who has extensive knowledge in the physiotherapy side of exercising along with Ryan and Alex. Let's see what they discuss.
Well, anyone who's willing to try in the gym, anyone who's willing to do anything in the gym is better than doing none. I mean, people exercising, daily thing, get them doing it. I mean, everyone's got to be healthy in some way or form, haven't they? You need to be interested in what you're doing, you need to enjoy it. If you don't enjoy it, then what's the point of doing it?
Yeah, you won't be able to sustain it.
Yeah, so some people like Ryan and Alex, they really like powerlifting, so they find it great, the fact that they can improve on the weight they lift. And then you also have the other end of the spectrum of people who like to run. I love running, so I enjoy going for runs. Currently at the moment I'm not doing any running because apparently it's detrimental on my muscle mass growth, but so everyone has their own personal preference, don't they? So some people go into football, some people go into weightlifting, do both, depends.
Yeah, I definitely think football is a very sort of popular way people get their exercise in, because it is quite fun, and ultimately if you're having fun when you're exercising, it doesn't feel like a chore of exercising, so people are much more likely to adhere to it.
Yeah, I think whatever you enjoy doing you should do, so whether that's going to the gym, playing sports, doing a martial art, and then generally like getting a decent cardiovascular base, and then doing bodyweight exercises, and then introducing weight training. I think that's generally the best way to go.
Well, the first thing that somebody needs to do if they want to lose weight is they need to be consuming less calories than they're burning within a given time frame. There's no other way to lose weight really, except for first things first is getting your calories lower, so you actually start using up your own energy reserves. And then it sort of follows on from that, like certain amounts of protein intakes to, well, that will help suppress their appetite and help them retain their lean mass, because it's not always just weight loss that people should have. They should just primarily want fat loss and keep their lean muscle mass as much as they can when they're cutting.
Well, first off, they've got to learn how to exercise, so it's about getting the basics down, like reinforcing good technique, and then teaching them about nutrition and teaching them good like health eating habits, and then trying to implement those over like a long term kind of thing. So you don't want to drastically change your diet and not be able to sustain it. You want to make small incremental changes. So they basically just stick to it, really.
Some people want to look good. That's why they're trained. They want to get a better body. They want to be on that beach being the number one person, but that doesn't necessarily happen all the time. And then you get people who just generally enjoy their progression through their training.
Yeah, I pretty much agree with that. Most people, from what I see, tend to lift to make themselves look better, and then that also helps them feel more confident. And some people feel like they actually need to lift weights and build muscle because of the more sort of social pressure and body image sort of expectations of men these days, is to sort of have that, summer beach body.
Yeah, I think a lot of people get involved in the gym just more out of hype. So like they see everybody else doing, and they hear other people talking about how much they can bench, squat, or deadlift, or how far they can run, so they want to get involved in that. But I think the main thing that's missing is that people don't really have very specific goals, and they're not looking to progress on like a weekly or monthly basis, so they kind of lose track of where they are, and they don't really progress. And I think that's the one thing that's missing, having really specific goals and always looking for an area to progress in. So if you want to maintain something, progress in something else, so you're always moving forward instead of staying at the same place and then losing motivation.
After absorbing all that information, we move on to these powerlifting athletes' diets. What you guys think, or your perception on why people go out and exercise. Now we've covered that basis, I want to talk to you more about your diets. What do you eat? What's your lifestyle, or your how do you set up your meal plans to get into a better shape? What do you suggest, Alex?
I'll start with what I do. So I'll generally wake up and have muesli in the morning, or some kind of cereal. And then for lunch, I'll typically get a meal deal from Tesco's. So that's generally some crisps, a sandwich, and a drink. Generally a calorie-free drink. And then for dinner, I'll generally make something, maybe like a curry or a stew, or some steak or some chicken and rice or some veg.
Nice, yeah. What about you, Ryan?
Yeah, for me, I tend to have the same thing every day for breakfast. That'll be some sort of cereal or oats with some milk, and I'll have whey protein of that. And then for lunch and dinner, they tend to be quite similar. I'll have a basis of a protein source like chicken, eggs, or maybe a steak, and then I'll have a carb source like rice, pasta, potatoes, and then have some mixed vegetables and just rotate them around. And then before
you go more into like carb based then, so you're trying to put on a lot of weight, so you're trying to like take in a lot of calories and stuff.
at some points in the year, currently I'm trying to cut for a powerlifting meet, so I need to get down to 82.5 kilos. So.
Wow, that's amazing. So there we have it. We've got a great insight into these two athletes' life. We know what they eat, why they exercise, and they've given some extensive knowledge about how you should exercise at home. It's always good, always best to get into the gym, always stay healthy, look good, and it's all around better for your own lifestyle. Hopefully what you have learned today, you'll take away and apply it to yourself. It's been a long day, but thank you for watching.